Good morning. I am Dr. Vijay, Associate Professor in Electronics and Communication Engineering Department in the College of Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. Today we are going to discussing about the VLSI laboratory, in which particularly we are going to see this layout designing of our one of the experiment CMOS inverter. Now let us see how we can develop the schematic of that CMOS inverter, and for which how we can able to draw the layout diagram by using GPDK 180 nanometer technology. The first command is CSH. By using C shell operator, we are going to invoke this tool, and next one is we are going to sourcing the actual CSH RC file. Yes, after that we will get this echo message, welcome to Cadence Tools. And here, as we are designing this VLSI schematic design, we have to use this tool Virtuoso. See, now one command interpreter window will open. See, this is the window where we are going to create the libraries with the constraints of technology parameter, and in which we have to design our actual schematics. So the first step, we are creating one library, and see today's experiment, and the library name I have attached, and I am going to give this technology constraints, and for which we have to click on this attached to an existing technology library. You can apply, and here we have to choose this GPDK 180 nanometer. Yes, now we have created successfully this GPDK 180 nanometer based experiment file, and here we are actually now, let us see the designing of CMOS inverter is, here I am choosing the required components. Yes, here I am choosing the default parameters, length equal to 180 nanometer and width as 2 microns. And after that, click on hide, and I am placing it the screen. Now here I am taking this particular PMOS. And other required components are the corresponding sources. Here I am choosing the library as analog link, and inside which I am taking this VDD as the actual power source component. The same way, I am choosing another ground terminal, and later I am choosing these corresponding pins by pressing P on the keyboard. Yes, we can invoke this create pin window, and where I am taking the input name as J and its direction as input. I am locating this point. The same way, the output, it is considered as B with the name and direction as output, and I am locating it here. And after that, we have to give the corresponding interconnections, and for which there are multiple ways to make these interconnections by clicking on this create Y, or else by pressing the W on this keyboard. Means these are the corresponding shortcut keys, IW, Shift W. So these are all. Yes, we are making the corresponding interconnections. So this is the actual circuit, and after that we have to do this check and save in order to verify the circuit's the correctness. So once you click on this check and save option, and if it has any errors, it will display in the CIW window. As if you maximize this CIW window, it will show this message that schematic has completed with no error. So the circuit is now ready. Yes, for doing this circuit compilation, nothing but we are going to give its corresponding inputs, and in order to verify its the node to node response, here go to launch and click on ADEL, nothing but analog design environment library. And here we have to go to this stimuli, and in which we have the primary input as J, and just click on the enable, and here I am taking this option as pulse. Okay, I am taking 1.8 volts for the 180 nanometer technology, and its corresponding period is we consider it is 2 nano, and the delay is I'm assuming it has 1 pico, and rise time is 1 pico, and fall time is also 1 pico, and here we are considering the pulse width half of the period, that is 1 nano. Yes, now I have assigned this A input with this source. I am going into this VDD, and for the VDD also, but here instead of pulse we are choosing this direct DC voltage, and here the DC voltage I am considering it as 1.8 volts for the VDD. Just click on apply, and okay, now the primary inputs we have given, and the kind of analysis that you are going to do, that I am choosing it as the transient, and its corresponding the stop time I am choosing as 10 nano. Click on moderate, yes, apply, okay, and the outputs, here I am choosing the corresponding input and output wires. Here just click on these wires and maximize the ADL window. If you click on this netlist and run button, yes, the tool will generate its the corresponding netlist, which will give this node to node connections. So now in the circuit, so this is the actual output, and we have time. Yes, so we have placed capital P. These are all small piece. Yes, 2 nano
So
period and 1 nano is pulse width.
or గట్టిగా
Yes, just try to see this option. The period is 2n. All should be small letters. We have assigned in the same way for the global source also it is 1.8 volts. Yes, if you click on this button, now see this is the output window, and where we will see these corresponding inputs and outputs. Yes, if you click on this button, but nothing but the splitting of all the output generated waveforms. These are the corresponding waveforms. Yes, and so if you see, see the top one represents the input A, and the bottom one is the corresponding output B. Okay, and if you press V on the keyboard, okay, the vertical this line will represent the corresponding the voltages across these instants. See, the input is 0 volts, and we are getting the output as 1.8. When we move this line, okay, whenever the input is 1.8, we are getting the output. Okay, it is approximately 0, nothing but 4.6 microvolts. See, in this way we can do this same transient response. Now let us design the layout for this circuit, and here I am closing this window. Yes, let us save and close this window. Now to start our actual the flow of drawing the layout for this circuit. And for this circuit to draw the layout, the first step we have to do is go to launch and here layout Excel. Let's create new and automatic. Yes, okay. The same cell name we are considering. See, this is the corresponding window to draw the layouts. And here the thing that we have to do is just click on these windows. So those are direct shortcut keys and generating layout. Okay, the instances. If you want to develop the PR boundary, that means the optimized area inside which we are going to draw this the circuits layout. So if you want to make this PR boundary, just click on this one, and all our instances. If you want to have the transistors with the common node, then you can choose this option, the chain and fold options. And these are the corresponding input and output pins for the circuit. The corresponding PR boundary means this is the utilization percentage, the floor plan. Okay, these are the default options. Just click on OK. Now see, this is the actual the transistors, and if you want to see these transistors inside layers, just I'm selecting the layers Control A, and if you press this Shift F key in the keyboard, okay, we can see this internal hierarchical orders. See, this is the actual placement of the transistors. Okay, this is the p-type transistor and n-type transistor. And if you see, this is the top one is VDD, and bottom one is ground. And the left hand side the input pin A, and right hand side the output pin is B. For our convenience, here I am extending this PR boundary, or else if you don't need this PR boundary, just click on this reload and press F. Here I am relocating the corresponding transistors. Here I am considering, and see, this is the locating of the transistors, nothing but the instances and the corresponding pins. Now the first step is see what are their corresponding interconnections, and if you want to check all these interconnections, just Control A, and if you press this symbol, yes, we can see the interconnections. Now these are the layers. By using these layers, we can draw the layout. And here, if you observe, these two transistors having the gate node, okay, and for which by using this poly, now we have to draw this connection between these two gates. And here, by selecting this key P on the keyboard, yes, we can draw this poly. And here, I am directly connecting this poly, and from this poly means the same poly material. Here I am going to consider in order to make the interconnection to the input pin A. See, this is the means the extension of the poly material to outside, and from this point actually we are going to connect this metal. See, this is the pin A, which is actually developed by using the metal one. See, this is the metal one, and in order to make this metal 1 to poly interconnection, we have to consider its corresponding vias. And by using this actual the tool automation technique, it has the specific option that is means otherwise. Actual thing is by going into this same order. Yes. Here create via option is there, and here the via which we need is M1 to poly via, and by considering this M1 to poly, see now the actual metal one is being interfaced with the metal one layer. Now we can connect this metal one to this poly. Now the input pin is being connected to the corresponding gates actually. See, in this way you can make all the interconnections. And now here I am doing the same thing means for this source and drain. And here the connection should be made with respect to this metal one layer. And here I am selecting the metal one, and by pressing the P, it's now the source and drain are being connected to this metal one the same way. And here also we can use this the same option, that is see, now we are using this metal one. We can increase this metal one to the metal two, means in the increasing hierarchical order, or else we can move down to this the lower order of the poly. That means if you right click on this one, and in this window it has Y up to metal two. If you want to make the interconnection to the metal two layer, or else if you want to make this connection to the poly, yes, we can use this poly. See here, similar to this input port, I am converting metal one to this poly, from which we can make any interconnection by using this poly layer itself. Here simply I am placing this output pin B inside this pin. Yes, now these two interconnections are over. Now here other thing that we have to do is interfacing of this power supply rails VDD and ground, and for which see I am considering one metal layer means one path, and here I am going to use this as the power supply rail for this VDD, and inside which I am placing this one, and here this poly source is being connected to it, so that in the same way just click on the metal one and press P on the keyboard, and by using this just click on this the PMOS corresponding source and double click on this one. Now if you observe, it is being connected to this same VDD itself. Now in the same way for the NMOS, and even for the NMOS also we have to make the same kind of interface, that is I am considering one power supply rail for the ground, and this is for VDD, this is for the same VSS rail, and here I am placing the ground pin. Okay, now this is going to act as the lower power supply rail. Just here I am going to place this pin inside this poly. Yes, now these two transistors are actually being connected to the VDD and corresponding ground pins. But here the thing that we have to made in this CMOS design process is for the say the P-type, the PMOS transistor being designed in that N-well, as well as the NMOS is designed using the P-well. So that here also we have to use these wires, and for which just right click and create wire. See, for the PMOS we have to choose this N-well, click on hide, and just get this the corresponding pin, so that let's escape. See, now I have placed this connection. See, which is actually the same way like the means here only the VDD is being connected through this the wire configuration, so that the PMOS is being now connected to the N-well. In the same way for the NMOS, but for the NMOS the same wire we have to choose, that is for the NMOS we have to choose this the P substrate, and this can be placed in this power supply array. And here the thing is, this P substrate can offer the vicinity of around 10 microns, so that this connection to this the ground node is directly can make the interconnection to this NMOS. So this is the actual designing of the layout for the simple the CMOS inverter. Now let us do this verification of the design, means have we met all the design rules, or is there any design violations, and the schematic. Okay, this is the layout of the circuit, and this is the schematic, whether these two circuits are matched to each other, or is there any mismatching or means removing of any other components. Now let us verify. And for which, first we have to do this. See, the circuit has designed by using the GPDK 180 nanometer, so that we have to verify the circuit with respect to the 180 nanometer technology, and for which we have to go to this Assura, run DRC, and here we have to choose this technology as GPDK 180 nanometer, and for which Assura technology, and here we have to choose this path. Means the path is actually inside of this GPDK 180 nanometer, and that is what we have to choose actually. See, yes, once we have chosen that path, here in the DRC now we can see this GPDK 180. See, earlier we didn't see this one. That means the technology, means Assura technology, that we have to assign that path. Okay, path whatever we have chosen. You see, inside install foundry analog 180 nanometer. The file is Assura underscore tech.lib is there. See, this is the file for choosing of that 180 nanometer technology. And here I am considering this the design to process, that is Assura run DRC, and we have to choose this technology GPDK 180. And now just click on apply. Yes, see, the circuit has, means the layout has developed without any DRC issues. Okay, now the circuit has properly designed by considering the GPDK 180 nanometer technology. If it has any errors, then it will give the errors like this. Suppose by mistake, let us consider one thing. And here by mistake I have placed one this metal, and the gap between metal to metal 1 to metal 1 is, the gap is now, let us consider this case. See, the gap is around 0.005, and of course one unwanted layer we have actually placed. Now let us do this the same DRC verification, that is Assura run DRC. And here the technology GPDK 180 nanometer. Now we have SN. If you click on OK, yes, now the error information is appearing. That means, see here, metal 1 to metal 1 space must be greater than or equal to 0.3 micron. See, if you click on this one, see, this is the error. It is now reflecting. Means now we have done one mistake, means the design rule violation. Okay. Yes, in this way, means here I am doing this one. Or else, suppose consider the case that is I have placed the material like this. That means the gap is now, it is more than 0.3, and now let us verify the same circuit. Will it reflect any design rule violation or not? Let's say one Assura and DRC. Yes, if you click on this, okay. Now let us see this design rule violations. Yes, no DRC response means we have met all the design constraint, so there is no DRC issue. See, in this way we have to do our circuit. See, this is the actual circuit, and now the circuit has met all the design rule constraints. Now let us do the other step, that is the layout versus schematic. That means now we are going to verify the actual layout has consists all the components that are included in that schematic design. See, there are no DRC errors. Now let us do this the same. That means layout versus schematic, run LVS.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.